Hi everyone, and thank you again for taking a few minutes to watch this video, which today I want to talk about a topic that has been a debate for decades. And well, over the last 4 or 5 years, it has resurfaced as a big topic of discussion, and it is work-life balance actually real? Or what does work-life balance even mean? As always, before I dive into it, it would mean a great deal if you could subscribe to the channel, like the video. It genuinely does help grow the audience and get this content out to more people. So subscribe, like, and share amongst your community. Guys, work-life balance. This is a phrase that's been thrust upon all of us for years and years and has been of great debate. When COVID came around, work-life balance, well, it hit the spotlight again. With work from home being something that is now common practice, it was unpacking what component of that is work, what component of that is life. Is there a balance? Is there a blur? And what's really hard is that you ask people what work-life balance means to them, and you're going to get different answers. For some, it might be maybe able to perform personal tasks or duties during their work time. For some, it's about spending an equal amount of time on work and personal. That's the balance. And so why this is really tricky is because, well, as an employer, you want to promote and encourage, support work-life balance. As an employee, you might say to your employer, do you encourage, do you support, how do you help me gain work-life balance? But as you can see, it's not that simple, because if there's no clear answer as to what that is, how can you as an employer or an employee say this is what it is, this is how we support it, this is how we encourage it? So I want to unpack a little bit more about what's my view on this whole work-life balance thing. Like I said, when work from home came in, it added another whole dynamic to the equation. Because now it was so much easier to complete these personal tasks during our working day. But also, it enabled work to creep into our personal time so much easier. I found so many more people just opening the laptop back up at nighttime when the kids were in bed or their partner was asleep. I'll just log on and do a few more emails. We really started to blur the lines between personal time and professional time. And as for doing your personal tasks during work time, is that balance or convenience? So again, the debate rages on. Studies have shown that when the whole work from home thing started and the work-life balance conversation began, these studies showed that, well, the fear was that people were going to work less. The distractions around them, television, friends, neighbors, whatever it might be. What actually happened was people were working more than ever before. So had the work-life balance come out of kilter? People working more than they ever had before. But also, what I saw was their time present in each one of these tasks was reduced. So what do I mean by that? When we allocate time to something, whether it's work, whether it's family, whether it's fitness, whether it's friends, whether it's mindfulness time, you need to be present and 100% focused on what you're doing at that moment in time. You shouldn't be distracted by other things going on around you. For those of you with children, it's more important than anything else in the world, personal view. When you're with your children, we shouldn't be on our phones at the same time. Let's think about entrepreneurs. I mean, global entrepreneurs, some of the names, I'm not going to list them, I'm not going to call them out, But for so many years, it was about hustle and grind and push and work, the entrepreneurial mindset. Well, we all kind of got up in arms and said, where's your work-life balance? Well, this kind of got me to thinking, is it a work-life balance, or what I've renamed it, your daily values balance? Now, some of you are probably going, daily values balance? The heck has that got to do with work-life balance? The first thing I want you to get clear on are what your core values are. I mean, just in life in general, we should all do a values assessment. With the clients that I work with the workshops that I run, I encourage everyone and I take the coaching clients through a values assessment. Values should guide our actions every day. If you do something that goes against your values, it's taking you down the wrong path for you. So, daily values balance. To me, a work-life balance is an assessment and understanding of our values and a reallocation of time. So if we look at our values, and our values are family, fitness, business, let's say that's our 3 core values, and there might be 4 or 5. It's about allocating time to those every single day. It's time that's uncompromised. It's time that's not blurred. It is time that is present. Time with your family, present, focused. Time when you are training, present, focused. Time when you are working, present, focused. Not only do you perform at a much better level if you are focused and concentrating on what you're doing and not distracted by other things, phones, noises, televisions, people. It enables you to give 100%. It also means what takes 30 minutes won't take you an hour and a half because you're too busy trying to do multiple things. Classic example for people that go to those Globo style gyms. How many people have you seen in there? They're like there for 2 hours, but they spend probably 50% of that time on their phone or talking. It's not present, dedicated time. They could be in and out of there in an hour and then doing something else that they enjoy or recovering. Daily values balance means understand your values, understand what's important to you, allocate time to that every day, dedicated time, time that you don't compromise with anything else. The weightings to each one of those things will come down to the weighting of your value. So let's go back to these entrepreneurs that I kind of picked on at the start. We say that you're working so much, you're working too much. And so many of them would say, I love it, hustle and grind and push. Now, disclaimer, there are healthy levels of sleep and rest and recovery to consider here. So to the entrepreneurs doing a 100-hour week, there are kind of things you should be doing around rest, recovery and sleep. But what I'm saying is, if their greatest value is business and that entrepreneurial mindset, then they may allocate a large portion of their day to doing that. And if only a small portion of their day is to perhaps family and fitness, then to them the balance is right. It doesn't need to be 50-50 or 33-34. There's no prescription on what the balance has to look like in my mind. To me, it's about going, these are my values. This is my greatest value. I will allocate this the most time. Uninterrupted, dedicated, present time. And these are my second, my third, and my fourth. And I will make time for these. You don't compromise them, you spend time on them, and the weightings to each one is your balance. For those that perhaps work and business isn't their greatest value, for them it's all about family, then they may allocate the bare minimum amount of time required at work. Exactly 9 to 5 or 9:30 till 4:30. But to them, that gives them a greater weight of time for family. To them, their balance is then right. Now again, let's go back to those working like a 100-hour week, probably not getting enough sleep, probably not eating well, probably not moving enough, but that's not what this is about. But do note, when you are allocating things to work or business, kind of think about this. Evidence now shows that spending more than 45 hours at work may lead to health implications. Productivity actually declines once we work past 50 hours. So what's the point in allocating 60 or 70 hours of time in a week if we know that we're not going to give our best anyway? Productivity is going to be down. But again, that's me. Yes, there's evidence to support it, but if your greatest value is business and you love it and you get a high from working on it in that entrepreneurial mindset, then allocate your greatest portion of the day to that value. So guys, work-life balance. I don't know if that helps resolve the great debate that's been going on for decades, but I guess the filter I wanted to lay over this was this. Work-life balance just seems too generic. I think it needs to come back to our daily values balance. As long as you are present, as long as you block out time for the commitments that align with your values, the weightings are up to you. It's like the idea of success being specific to you, not anyone else. Your weightings to the things that you value each day are specific to you. Your balance is specific to you. So number one, understand your values. Do a values assessment. One of the great tools is the Barrett Values Center. Check it out. They've got a really cool online tool and it will help you understand what your values are. From there, you can reverse engineer your diary to get a feel for where do I need to make time for these things that I value so much. This isn't even bringing in the passions filter. But at its core, your balance should reflect your values. The weightings should reflect, I believe, what you value most. Then to you, you have your balance. Guys, I hope that's been useful. My personal insight onto this great debate that is work-life balance. Again, hop on the website, johnpearl.com. Please subscribe to the mailing list as well. You'll get all my blogs, all my videos, all my updates, all my workshops straight into your inbox. Guys, as always, keep well and keep safe.